we have a surprise Steam sale for the next couple days. Like a few events kind of all lined up together, and it provided us with a bunch of really good sales. And we're going to talk about those right now. But the most important thing is a freebie, actually a really good free game that is here for like 2 days. So pause the video and go get it if you want it. This is Graveyard Keeper. If you haven't picked up Graveyard Keeper before, if you didn't get it in the last sale video, which I mentioned it then, go get it. It's free. If you're into like that Stardew Valley but darker tone where you're running this medieval graveyard and you got to go around and bury bodies and all the other stuff that goes with that. You will enjoy this, but you have until April 13th to pick this one up and go click that button and add it in there. And then you can come back and look at the other deals I've got going on right now. But go click it, get it. It's a good one. They just announced Graveyard Keeper 2 is coming out, and so that's what they're trying to push with giving that one away for free. But they've got this Triple I initiative is one of the big sale things, the events that's going on right now. And these are on for the next few days, a little bit longer than that one, but until like the 16th or so. First one we'll talk about is The Altars, which came out just last year by 11-bit. This sort of sci-fi, very story-driven. When I played it, it felt like a Star Trek episode. You're this guy lost on a planet, and you're trying to find your way through it. But there's a lot of weird things going on as well, and cloning and all that other stuff. But it came out last year, and it is sitting at its lowest price it's ever been, 35% off, $22.74. It is. There's my browser extension that helps me tell me when things are good deals, and that one is a good deal. I haven't seen it that cheap before. Speaking of 11-bit, we have Frostpunk, this city builder in this post-apocalyptic world. The world is frozen over, and you got to survive in the dark times and all the things that go with it. Again, 11-bit came out in 2018. It is $3, 90% off right now. That is a really good deal for Frostpunk. And if you like Frostpunk, but you want more Frostpunk, well, Frostpunk 2 is on sale as well. Came out in 2024, and it is, again, of course, by 11-bit. It is 50% off right now, and it puts you down at $22.49 for this one. Same thing. Society's terrible. This is like grander scale. If you're the difference between Frostpunk 1 and 2. Frostpunk 1 is more colony sim style, and Frostpunk 2 is much grander city style. More citizens and more problems, I guess. Still with a Triple I initiative, we got Everspace 2. We're going to space here. This is a space sandbox shooter as well. You get yourself a spaceship, go around, fly around, shoot stuff. And it came out back in 2023, at least full release, I think, 2023. And it is cheap as well, 80% off for this one, $10. And you can see when it has been the cheapest. And these are all the cheapest they've ever been. Some of them go on sale more than others, of course. But I try to find the ones that I don't see on sale very often because I do these every once in a while. So. But speaking of space, we're still in space with Breathedge. Came out in 2021. This was a big deal whenever it first came out. I remember playing this one, and it sort of survive in space. You got to craft and survive, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, other than the fact that you're lost in space. It is at $5, 80% off for this one. And not in space anymore. We're going to go with Old World. Now, I've mentioned Old World before, and I'm going to mention it again because if you're into like Civilization or like, turn-based strategy, 4X, that kind of thing, then you will like this game most likely. It's this more ancient era than something like Civilization, but if you're familiar with Civilization, you kind of know what you're getting into with this one. It came out back in 2022, and it is 90% off right now. Puts it at $4. It does go this cheap every once in a while, so if you miss it this time, you'll probably catch it up again later on. There is a bunch of DLC with it, and that's all on sale as well. So if you have the game, then this would probably be a good time to pick up some of that DLC. If you didn't pick up Stray back when it came out in 2022, it is on sale now, and I don't think I've ever seen it this low. I guess it was there a couple years ago. It's 40% off, $18 for this one. You're a cat, and this sort of narrative, it's reasonably open, a cyberpunk cat sim. What do you call this one? That's a genre, right? I think. How about Shadow Empire? So speaking of that sort of turn-based strategy, this is one of the most complex, most deep turn-based strategies that I have played. War game and then some. And it came back in 2020. I'm going to mention this one because it's not actually at its lowest it's ever been. It has been cheaper, but I'm mentioning it, even though it's 50% off, $20, because they just had their new DLC come out, Republica. And so if you're looking at getting into Shadow Empire, this might be a good time for it. If you're into the old Hex games, plus, I saw a good comparison to be like Alpha Centauri, if you remember that old Sid Meier's game. That just with a lot more packed up on top of it as far as depth and civilization and war game stuff. You will probably appreciate Shadow Empire. Speaking of pretty games, let's go with Eastshade. We weren't speaking of pretty games, but we are now. Eastshade came out in 2019 by Eastshade Studios. You're a photographer. You walk around, you take pictures of things, you paint stuff. Oh, what a nice game. It's cheap, 75% off, $6.24. They just came out, the demo of Songs of Glimmerwick just came out. It's also a very pretty game, but that's why this one is so cheap at the moment. And it has never been this cheap before. That's a really good deal for this one. We have Symphony of War. This is, you're kind of building your army. It's an army, turn-based, tactical, feels like a JRPG, but you've got an army instead of just a few folks. And it came out back in 2022, and it is at 70% off right now. Puts it at $6. If you haven't picked up No Man's Sky, you probably know what No Man's Sky is. I don't need to describe it to you, but it is on sale, and it's a really good deal. The last time it was this cheap, $24. It's 60% off right now. Last time it was cheap, it was 2017. That's a long time ago, but it's on sale. It's cheap. Now maybe a good time to pick it up because it's still getting updated. Old time, we're going to go Age of Wonders 3, which, again, another one that has last time it was this cheap was 10 years ago. Age of Wonders 3 is this, turn-based tactical strategy fantasy style, and it came out way back in 2014, but it is at $7.50 right now, but at 75% off. And it's been cheap before, but it ain't been that cheap before. Well, for 10 years anyway. The other event that I want to highlight is Lovecraftian Days. And so, of course, along with Lovecraftian Days, we got some Lovecraftian things like Quasimorph. I like Quasimorph a lot. The cyberpunk RPG turn-based. You are a mercenary, and you got to fly. You got your ship, and you got to fly from planet to planet, dealing with all these different companies in this almost traditional roguelike, but more RPG style, I suppose. It's still in early access. It came out in 2023, but it's still getting developed, and it is 30% off right now. Puts it at $14, and it's trucking along there. Updates come out every once in a while for this one, and every time I play it, I remember how much I enjoy this game. It was not much. It was a shell of a game to begin with, but they have really put some time into it, and it has developed nicely so far. Strange Antiquities is up next. Came out in 2025. That's pretty recent. And it is at 25% off right now, $13.49. You're the detective thing, mystery thing, of course, in this Lovecraftian sort of flair to it. If you played Strange Horticulture, you'll know what you're getting into with this one. But it's very much detective running this sort of like occult shop and trying to find the strange going-ons that are out there in Lovecraft land. We have Zephon, which is from the Warhammer 40k Gladius folks. It's this post-apocalyptic 4X strategy game in this, like Age of Wonders, but Lovecraftian style. Came out 2024, and it is sitting at 45% off. Puts it at $22 for this one. We had a couple more here. Abandoned Ship. We're still Lovecraftian. So if like a Age of Sail style of thing where you got to deal with your ship and you deal with your crew, sail around this open world thing, but with pirates and, of course, tentacles and other strange things out there by Fireblade in 2019 when it came out. It is $5, 80% off for this one. The last one's for the Steam sale. I got a few other ones that are out there, but Worshippers of Cthulhu. This is right on the nose, Cthulhu there. You are building a cult, city builder style, colony sim style, but instead of, happy little people running around going to jobs, you are a cult, and you're building a cult town trying to appease the god who lives right there next to you. It's an interesting one. Came out in 2025. It is at 50% off right now, $12.49 for this one. That's all the Steam ones, but I do want to make sure and mention Fanatical. Fanatical always has some really good sales. They've got these bundles that they do every once in a while. The Titanium one going on right now. I always mention them because I have this extension. It tells me when the deals are or what the lowest price has been. And 9 times out of 10, Fanatical has like the cheapest price ever. So if you want like the dirt cheap price, this is probably the place to get it from. They have these bundles though. You can get like Land of the Vikings. It's a $26 game. Land of the Vikings, Let's Build a Zoo, and Rue Valley. And you can get all three of those for $13 with these bundles. So keep an eye on these bundles. This is the newest one they've got, but they've got some more. That's a good way to get it. You can get some cheap games that way. Also, last one I want to mention is GOG. They're having a classics promo going on at the moment, which I think just started. It's got 2 weeks left with it. But Heroes 3 Complete, which apparently is the place to get Heroes 3. There's a Steam version, but the Steam version is a little bit not good. And so apparently the GOG version, from what I understand, GOG version is the one that you want to get. And it's 50% off right now. $5 for that one. So there's 2 is over here for cheap. $2, $2.50. No Man's Sky, same price over here. And there's the Heroes Chronicles. SimCity 4. Yeah, they got some good deals over here as well. I just want to make sure and mention them because don't just look at the Steam sales. There's other stuff out there. But anyway, that's all I got. Go get Graveyard Keeper. If you haven't done it yet, get over there and get it. Free game, and it's a good one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.